I can't tell you how thrilled I am that you're able to join us today. To be able to connect with our customers is so inspiring to me, to just share where we are and where we're going next. The team is excited to connect with you. I'm excited. Look, for more than 35 years, Windows has been a driving force for innovation for companies all over the globe. And in that time, you've trusted us to help you improve productivity and keep your organization safe. Last year, we shared our vision for the next era of Windows with Windows 11, Windows 365, and all the latest amazing devices that you see in market right now. Products that were designed to empower you to take your organizations and businesses to that next level. These last 2 years, for me, and I guess for you, they've had a profound and enduring impact on how each of us lives our lives. The PC itself is playing a more meaningful role than it ever has before. And one of the massive findings from our recent work trends research is that our priorities are just not the same. They're not the same as they were when we went home in March of 2020. Feels so long ago. Flexibility itself has become incredibly important for employees around the globe, and companies are right now changing the way they operate, making the PC an indispensable tool for getting work done from anywhere. There is a new hybrid infrastructure that right this moment exists across work, school, across life. And when we talk about hybrid work, it simply means flexibility. Flexibility in how, flexibility in when, and where you want to work or where you have to work. And the truth is, Windows 11, it was built for this moment of flexibility, this moment that we live in this hybrid world, on teams, from homes to offices, to couches, to kitchens. It was built for each of our hybrid needs of today. This is a new era for the PC, and as companies around the world are starting to implement hybrid work, the PC itself will play a huge role in defining how work and collaboration evolves through this next and new era. As leaders, each of us, we must push the boundaries of innovation, celebrate the transformations taking place right now so that tomorrow, each of us, each of you are ready to meet your customers where they want to be. I'm super clear, staying ahead of the game, it's not easy. It not only takes inspiration, risk, courage, dedication, commitment, it also takes constant and consistent evolution and adaptation to get to that next level. And I was thinking about this. It's like, where does that resonate for me? Where does it connect? Maybe not in the tech world, but in general. Like, I'm gonna tell you a story about my dad. I've talked about him before. Dad's a wonderful human. I remember my entire life, he had back problems. And my dad, he never wanted to get surgery. He never wanted to jump into the world of taking that next step. And then I met Dr. Robert Bray. Now, he's a pioneer in neuro and spine surgery, and throughout his career, he understood the high risk, the extended hospital stays, the long recoveries, those exact things that my dad really wasn't gonna go into. And after years as chief of surgery for Cedars-Sinai, he realized that to help his patients, he had to transform everything he had been doing to what could be next. And that meant pushing boundaries of what was possible in order to find a new path. Just like us, right now today, we have to push boundaries to what is next. And with that goal in mind, he developed new procedures, new tools. These are tools that revolutionized the spine surgery and the way it was done. He perfected microscopic techniques, and it brought the new outpatient setting to spine surgery. And as a result, my dad kind of transformed the way he had been thinking about healing. And there are patients out there that have experienced better outcomes and quick recoveries. What Dr. Bray did and how he did it was a reminder for me. What got us to the present will not always take us where the future needs us to be. Now, we've seen this with many of our customers, and they're turning to us right now to Microsoft, to build on the existing products they rely on today, to unlock new transformations in technology. Windows 11 is at the heart of each of these transitions. And as we all adapt to the hybrid needs of today, to the flexibility needs that we all need of today and tomorrow, there is no better time for you, for your organization to move to Windows 11, Windows 365, and Microsoft 365. Windows 11 is the most secure and most manageable OS we've ever shipped, and it brings productivity and collaboration to life for our commercial customers. In fact, we're seeing you, our commercial customers, adopt Windows 11 faster than we ever had adoption on Windows 10. Across enterprise, small business, and many industries, think financial, healthcare, retail, manufacturing, customers are turning to Windows 11 to enable hybrid work experience that we all need right now. Customers who are moving now, or already moved, are already seeing the benefits. The adoption process is painless because we've kept those tools and processes consistent with Windows 10. We heard you, I heard this. Our IT professionals asked for that. Make it easy. Windows 11 has the highest quality scores and product satisfaction of any version we've ever shipped. This is important because not only is it easy to transition, not only does it get you into the hybrid world, but that satisfaction measure is there where your employees will be excited, energized, get more done. Companies like Accenture, they're already well into their transition on Windows 11. They have over 25,000 devices deployed today,
A plan to have over 300,000 employees on Windows 11 by July. I'm super pumped about it. This is just the beginning. And as product makers, we're committed to continuing to innovate on Windows 11 for you, to streamline those processes you asked for in IT,
to empower you and your teams, whether you're returning to the office, working from home, or you never left your place of work. To help you, like Dr. Bray, transition to the future of our industry. Take a look at the amazing features coming for our commercial customers in Windows 11. Oh yeah, that was awesome. I love it as these products come together and you get to see them, the work that the team put together. There's so much to unpack from that video. Those seamless experiences that are powering productivity all the way through how these products will continue to keep you and your organization secure. And now we're going to hear from members of the team about
all the details of the product that we're building for you across what I would call the three most important areas that matter for our businesses: management, security, and productivity. Please welcome my Windows business partner, Wangui.
Thank you, Panos. One of the best parts of my job as general manager for the Microsoft 365 business is talking to customers.
And I know from my conversations with you that the rate of change pushed on us by world events came as a surprise. Keeping your business running in the face of new challenges requires a tremendous level of resilience and flexibility. When we announced a new version of Windows, that surprised some of you too. You told me, I thought Windows 10 was the last version ever. What happened? Well, my friends, a global pandemic happened. How, when, and where we worked fundamentally changed overnight. Digital transformation accelerated faster than we could have anticipated. So, Windows had to change too. A new version designed for hybrid work was needed. But each day presents new challenges. And so, Windows will continue to evolve as you evolve your business. So we all weather these changes together and continue to get the job done, no matter what surprises the day brings. Another thing I hear in customer conversations that surprises me is that Windows 11 is not commercial ready. Many people tell me they experienced Windows 11 on their home PCs and enjoyed the cool new UI and user-friendly features, but they ask, is it really ready for prime time at work? I love getting this question, I really do, because it gives me a chance to show you just how ready for business Windows 11 is. 1, it's more secure to meet today's requirements. 2, it's easy to deploy and manage, especially remotely, while using the same tools and processes you use with Windows 10. 3, all your apps are compatible. And 4, it has great new features like docking, Snap Assist, and better meeting experiences. So we can work smarter, not harder. So yes, it's ready for business, which is why Microsoft has rolled it out to all of our 190,000 employee devices in just 5 weeks. In addition to building new features into Windows, we also recognize that extending the Windows experience beyond the traditional corporate-owned and deployed PC would be necessary to meet changing workforce needs. That's why we created Windows 365, so you can have the flexibility to provide employees with secure, personalized Windows Cloud PCs on a corporate device or their personal device, all managed in Microsoft Endpoint Manager. It is an ideal solution for employee onboarding, temporary workers, changeovers such as mergers, and enabling employees to securely work remotely. Only Microsoft can deliver a first-class Windows experience in 3 ways: on the PC, as a cloud VDI with Azure Virtual Desktop, and as a complete SaaS service with Windows 365. Now we take the next step, integrating the cloud and Windows device experience so we can all work how we want, where we want, without sacrificing security. Here's Ramya to demo some of our favorite new features coming to your organization.
Thank you, Wangui. Let's start with Windows 365, the newest way to get a secure, personal, and complete Windows experience streamed from the cloud to any device. With the power of Windows 365, you can provide the flexibility of a cloud PC without adding the complication to your management story. You just go to Microsoft Endpoint Manager, where you can manage Windows 365 along with all your other endpoints. In here, you have full visibility and control of your Windows 365 Cloud PC fleet. You can see all your provisioned cloud PCs, keep tabs on which cloud PCs need licenses assigned, or even provision a new cloud PC with a few clicks. So let's go ahead and create one. creating a new group of cloud PCs is really as easy as filling out a form and boom, you're done. So let's do just that. First, we'll give this group a name. We are migrating our North American servicing technicians over to cloud PCs so that they can access their critical applications that contain sensitive customer information without needing to store any of that data on their device. So let's name it Servicing Tech's Cloud PCs. The top requested Windows 365 feature that we hear from so many of our customers is supporting AAD join for cloud PCs. We are super excited for this to be in public preview as it really completed our cloud provisioning story by combining the power of AAD join with autopilot. So now we can just select the right region for our new cloud PCs. Now, I can choose the right Windows experience by either choosing a custom image or selecting which Windows 11 experience Carl needs from our catalog. What's great is that I can easily choose and deploy Microsoft 365 apps as well. It's really as easy as just choosing from a list. I can also choose the right group to assign these cloud PCs. So I keep my users nice and grouped. I can just assign the North American Service Techs group, and that's literally it. I can now review the choices I have made, and if I'm happy that I got everything right, I'm ready to create the policy. There are so many optimizations that we've made here in Endpoint Manager to make it just so simple and flexible to manage your Windows 365 Enterprise Cloud PCs just like you would a physical PC, keeping things consistent and simple. Another way to simplify endpoint management and reduce Windows deployment efforts is through our new intelligent managed service, AutoPatch. We can help reduce the load on IT by automating updates for Windows, Microsoft Edge, and Office deployments for you so they're always up to date. We hear that users also want more flexibility in how they can work from anywhere. One scenario we see often is using personal devices to quickly check in on work email. We want to help ensure that end users are accessing corporate resources and do so in a secure way. With Endpoint Manager and Windows, we are empowering IT to enable employees and remote workers to access corporate resources with application management. Let me show you what the end user would experience with this. This is my personal PC where I'm already using Microsoft Edge and signed in with my Microsoft account. From my personal profile, I can attempt to sign into Outlook Web Access. But when I attempt to access my organizational email account from my personal Edge profile, one of the policies configured by IT stops the access and advises me that I need to sign into Edge with my organization's account. So let's create a profile in Edge for my work account and sign in.
Everything is green, and now I can continue on. Once I've signed in, I'm notified that the organizational data I'm accessing is protected and I can now access my inbox. An IT-configured policy is restricting copy and paste. If I try to copy content from my email on my personal device, I'm clearly informed that I cannot copy organizational data on my personal PC. As you can see, Application Management for Edge provides a lightweight option to enable company use of personal Windows devices. The result balances security, privacy, and productivity and allows more flexible and simple options for IT and employees to adapt in the hybrid world.
Sometimes, however, workers need help. Regardless of where they are working, we know IT's top priority is to enable seamless, frustration-free experiences so employees can stay productive and connected. We are pleased to announce the availability of a new feature of Endpoint Manager, Remote Help, a secure, cloud-based remote assistance tool for Windows. Remote Help is the first of a series of premium solutions we plan to deliver over time as add-ons to your Microsoft 365 plan further consolidating mission-critical endpoint management and security tools into one place in Endpoint Manager. One of the biggest challenges IT faces is providing support for their remote workers, since it's harder to walk over to a person's desk or assist an employee on site. Let's look at a common situation. Adele is a retail manager working from home for Contoso. She needs some help with an application on her Windows 11 device. She calls Help Desk, and I'm going to play the role of technical support to help and guide her by remotely connecting to her PC. Both Adele and I are going to launch the new Remote Help app. With the right permissions to help Adele set in Microsoft Endpoint Manager, I can quickly get started to address her questions. I'm going to provide a simple code to her so we can get connected. As we start to make the connection, I'm confident that I'm engaging with the right person because we are both strongly authenticated with our organizational credentials. We can see information about each other, such as the profile picture, the company, job title before the connection takes place. I see that I'm connecting with Adele's Windows computer. She is a retail manager and she's part of my company. I click the button to request full control of her screen. Adele can then see information about me and the requested permission for remote control. She clicks the option to allow the session to start. As the session connects, Remote Help is checking Adele's device to ensure that it's compliant with Endpoint Manager's policies and that it's up to date so it's safe to connect. Now, I can easily help Adele with the application or whatever she needs. Providing a secure remote connection between your help desk workers and your employees has been a challenge that many of our IT professionals and employees face every day. We are so excited to be able to continue to help you adapt and thrive in the hybrid world with Remote Help in Endpoint Manager. And we're just getting started. Microsoft is dedicated to helping organizations eliminate as much friction as possible from their daily work with PCs on premises and in the cloud. Beyond Remote Help as our first premium add-on, our plan is to further enable IT to improve and protect the experience for employees through our additional endpoint management advanced endpoint solutions. Over time, we will empower IT with new capabilities such as a deeper understanding about the device health and performance, management tools to authorize employees to self-serve instead of contacting your help desk, automatic identification and remediation of risks and anomalies to increase endpoint security. Please join me and the team in the management breakout session to learn more about Remote Help, upcoming premium endpoint add-on solutions, and our new auto-update service, all designed to enable IT to do more with less effort.
Thanks, Ramya. New Windows 11 devices come with built-in security, including hardware isolation, encryption, and malware protection. Secured Core PCs come with every advanced protection of Windows 11 turned on and enabled, plus some additional enhancements. Together with our manufacturing partners, we designed Secure Core PCs to elevate the benefits of Windows 11 security for people handling especially sensitive data, and we're excited that Samsung is now joining the Secured Core PC lineup with their new commercial devices. With Secured Core PCs, you get powerful integrated security capabilities across software, firmware, and hardware for the most secure Windows experience. That means you can launch your device every day in a clean, trusted state with hardware-enforced root of trust. Your credentials and other sensitive data stay shielded behind layers of protection down to the firmware level, protected against today's increasingly sophisticated attacks. And if you're an IT pro, it's easier to enforce security policies with config lock. If someone makes an unwanted change, the device will immediately revert to your desired security settings. Secured Core PCs are available from leading manufacturers, and you can choose from a broad range of device options. A great example of this is HP's amazing line of Secured Core PC devices, which include the incredible new HP Elite Dragonfly G3. You might have heard about another recent innovation called the Microsoft Pluton Security Processor. Designed by us and manufactured by our silicon partners, Pluton is built directly into the CPU, just like this Lenovo Z16. Pluton will be available for both Windows 11 and Windows 11 secured core PCs. Pluton offers multiple benefits. Sensitive data like encryption keys can be stored in Pluton directly on the CPU. The architecture eliminates the potential for an attack on the communication channel between the CPU and Trusted Platform Module, or TPM. Simply put, sensitive data is never exposed outside the hardware for an even higher level of Windows security. Pluton is also kept continuously up to date by Microsoft for ongoing protection against current and future attacks. With built-in chip-to-cloud protection, Windows 11 helps organizations meet the new security challenges of the hybrid workplace now and in the future. In every release, we are making Windows more secure by default, and today we're going to give you a sneak peek of some of what we've been working on and how Windows powers the future of business. We know that not everyone is ready to transition to passwordless. In the meantime, password phishing is still the top security problem in the world today. It's the thing that keeps CISOs up at night, and we believe that with the power of Windows, we can help. Let me show you how Windows is going to help you while you're on your journey to a passwordless future with enhanced phishing protection for Microsoft Defender Smart Screen. Windows 11 will automatically detect whenever you type your Microsoft login password into any application or any website. Windows understands whether the app or site you're typing into is securely authenticating you, and if not, Windows will let you know you're in danger. This is all based on the threat intelligence data we process, 24 trillion signals every 24 hours. We have built-in intelligence into Windows that allows it to differentiate between legitimate websites and applications. For the first time ever, that means that you can know the moment a password has been stolen, and you can protect yourself and your company before that password is used against you. All users get a lot of links in email, Teams, or even on the web. The biggest challenge our users face is that it can be close to impossible to tell whether these links are legitimate or not. Let me show you an example of how this works in Windows 11. In Microsoft Teams, one of my colleagues has added a tab that points directly to a website. In our case, it's our favorite coffee shop, Fourth Coffee, so that we can order coffee for our team events. Strangely, I'm asked to enter my credentials, even though I placed an order just last week, but it's nothing too out of the ordinary, so I'll re-enter my work password to continue. Immediately, I get notified that the app has made an unsafe connection and the incident has been reported to our security operations team. I'm also prompted to change my password. But let's take a look under the hood. Today, more than ever, methods used by attackers have become more sophisticated, many going beyond the browser and are now app-based. They rely on catching users off guard in trusted apps and communications. Now, if I put on my SecOps hat, I'm going to fire up Fitur, a tool that anyone can download, so I can examine the traffic flow. I'll minimize it, let it run in the background. Let's trace back to when I had the tab in Teams for Fourth Coffee, and I'll check a few things. I'm at the point where I can submit the order, so I'll submit it. This brings me back to the same exact login screen as before. As you can see, it's a pixel for pixel perfect login screen, and it's running inside of the Teams process, which makes it seem trustworthy. Unlike in my browser, I can't see the source destination when I'm in Teams, so there's no real indication of wrongdoing here. So let's take a look at Fitur. If this is legitimate, I should see traffic direct to login.microsoftonline.com. Instead, it's still going to Fourth Coffee. So for me, it's clear that Fourth Coffee's been hacked. With the increasing sophistication, this attack demonstrates the need for us to provide last-mile protection to users to help decipher what's legitimate and what's not. Especially, we know that not all our users have deep technical skills or security know-how. This is why enhanced phishing protection for Microsoft Defender Smart Screen, built right into Windows 11, is such an important innovation. By leveraging the built-in intelligence in Windows, organizations and their users, as well as people using Windows for their personal use, can now better protect themselves from password phishing while they're on their journey to a passwordless future. This is adding to our incredible security features that are already quantifiably making Windows 11 safer and secure. To see more on these security features, check out the breakout sessions happening right after this. But now it's time for productivity and collaboration. To show you more, let me introduce my incredible colleague, Carolina.
Thanks, David. You know, my colleagues and I derive so much inspiration from seeing what customers do with Windows. We use Windows to get our work done too, and we hear from customers every day. We know that more people are working in more places, across devices, requiring even greater flexibility. And we want to make experiences in Windows as inclusive, connected, and intelligent as possible. You'll see this thread spool through everything we talk about and show you today. We want Windows to be a cohesive experience that empowers each and every user. You'll see how we're blurring the lines between the cloud and the endpoint, and how we're improving the user experience, threading groundbreaking intelligence throughout, and bringing accessibility to the forefront. We really have designed Windows for each of us, and for all of us, and for the experiences we increasingly encounter every day. When you're ready to start your day, Windows is waiting for you, whatever and however you need it. Let's take a closer look at how these innovations affect collaboration specifically. The redesign of File Explorer makes it easier to find what you're looking for. Because it is cloud-powered, you'll be able to see all your files in one centralized, convenient place. And now, you can also pin files and create tabs. So instead of taking 6 clicks to get to a frequently used folder or important file, it will only take 1. Sharing files is powered by OneDrive, making it easy to collaborate with others, and eliminating the need for email attachments. Contextual suggestions can also suggest who to share a file with. So I can quickly share a file with colleagues I frequently collaborate with. I can also pin files to my favorites. And now I want to show you my absolute new favorite feature, which has been our #1 requested Windows Insider for Business feature since forever, bringing tabs to File Explorer. You can see I can now have multiple tabs open in File Explorer, and the new homepage serves my favorite files. And with intelligence-powered contextual suggestions, I can also have access to other suggested files that my frequent collaborators are working on. And contextual suggestions goes beyond just the Windows shell. It also extends into messaging for Outlook, Teams, and other applications. In addition to being available across Microsoft 365 experiences, contextual suggestions are accessible for people of all abilities. Accessibility is important to everything we do in Windows and in Surface. Inclusive design is about creating great experiences for people with disabilities, then extending it to many other users, and it is one of our top priorities. Inclusively designed experiences are the foundation for a more inclusive world. For example, our Surface packaging is easy to open, and with the new Surface Adaptive Kit, people with and without disabilities can customize their device so that it's easier to use. We're also bringing a host of new accessibility features to Windows powered by intelligence to ensure we provide inclusive experiences for everyone. People who are hard of hearing or deaf sometimes have access to a sign language interpreter or service that accurately transcribes what's being said. But more often, they simply don't have access to audio content and miss important information. Often, they don't have equitable access to content at school or work. We're very excited to introduce live captions, which generates captions for any audio content powered by intelligence on Windows. We designed live captions to be displayed at the top of the screen.
Inclusion is our biggest challenge.
So that users look engaged when reading captions in an online meeting. We also made them flexible to help users multitask, so live captions can be docked at the bottom of the screen or displayed near a person who's speaking. And they're also easy to personalize. We also recognize that Windows devices can overcome barriers in the real world. People who read lips are not always able to understand what's being said by a person wearing a mask. So live captions can transcribe microphone audio to make person-to-person communication easier. What's incredible about live captions is that it was inclusively designed. And while we know that people who are hard of hearing or deaf can benefit from it, so can others. Like people in noisy environments, people learning to read, and people for whom English is not their first language, like me. For me, I am from Colombia, and English is my second language. And even though I have lived in the States for many years, I sometimes have trouble understanding people who have heavy accents. I personally use live captions to make sure that I understand everyone. In fact, live captions can make each of us more productive. There are many studies that indicate that live captions improve comprehension, attention, and recall. We're excited to make it easier for everyone to be more productive on Windows. Today, more than ever, we're communicating with each other through our devices. But we've probably all experienced times when the experience is less than optimal because of echoes, background noise, or just trying to ask a question or contribute to a discussion and your colleagues are not hearing you. The future of hybrid work requires that we work to solve these challenges to truly enable natural conversational communication through technology. Today, we're excited to share a new feature that we've been working closely with our Surface team to create: voice clarity. Voice clarity ensures that you can hear and be heard, creating a more productive and inclusive meeting experience for everyone. Capturing your voice begins with the microphones on your device. Across the Surface portfolio, we use dual studio microphones to ensure we capture the best possible audio fidelity. But the magic really happens as the data from your microphone is processed. Voice clarity allows people to hear each other when talking at the same time, extends the listening range of your built-in microphones using spatial processing, suppresses unwelcome noise in your environment, and does all of these with higher bandwidth to capture the full spectrum of your voice, including laughter, emotion, and confidence. The result is a clear, crisp, natural-sounding signal of your voice, which can be passed to any Windows 11 application, from audio recording to voice communications and more. At Microsoft, this ability to break down the silos of developing hardware, software, and service separately is a key to enabling every person to achieve more, which is why across Surface, Windows, and Teams, we've spent 2,500 hours tuning and optimizing this experience. So let's bring it to life. Take a look.
So we want to promote sustainable development and low-carbon business practices.
Jude, could I ask a quick question, please?
And cloud-enabled technologies. We continuously strive to promote sustainability in our operations, products, policies. Business practices and cloud-enabled technologies. We continuously...
Hi Jude, I've got a quick question.
Yes, John?
So what about products and services, not just business practices?
Excellent question. Actually, the investments we make in sustainability carry through to We design our devices, from Surface to Xbox, with an emphasis on eco-friendly materials. Our cloud and AI services help businesses cut energy consumption. We design our devices, from Surface to Xbox, with an emphasis on eco-friendly materials. Our cloud and AI services help businesses cut energy consumption, reduce physical footprints, and design sustainable products themselves.
Wow, that was great. Thanks so much for this, Jude.
Yeah, I'm so glad we did this.
Wow, so powerful to see voice clarity brought to life. At Microsoft, we fundamentally believe that every voice matters and should be heard. As you just saw, we're innovating to make the future of hybrid work communication more productive, collaborative, and inclusive to all. Voice clarity will be enabled on Surface Laptop Studio through a Windows update in the coming months. And we're excited to enable it across the Windows device ecosystem in the future. But we're not stopping here. We've got so many more amazing features coming to Windows 11 that will change the way you connect and collaborate. To show you how amazing these are, I'll hand it back to Panos.
Okay, I hope you enjoy that. I love seeing the product come together, the work that the team is doing right now. I hope you're as pumped about what you just saw as I am. And Windows 11 is a powerhouse for businesses in this hybrid world. Windows 365 is bringing the power of the cloud directly to your organizations. And as we look to the future, we want to bring them even closer together. There is no limit to the power that cloud PC scenarios can bring to each of us on your Windows PC. In the future, your Windows experience will be more flexible, more dynamic, leveraging all the power and intelligence of the Microsoft Cloud. And as you're on your journey with Windows 11, you'll start to see more and more seamless, continuous integration, that will create unlimited productivity for us. But today, we also want to share a few new experiences. These scenarios are only possible with Windows 11 and Windows 365 together. You'll be able to move between your local PC and your cloud PC with just a single click of the button. You'll be able to boot straight to your cloud PC in just one single step. And we envision the ability to work offline in Windows 365 and then automatically resync without losing any moment or data. These scenarios are powerful for businesses, but they're just the beginning of our Windows plus cloud integration. And as we continue to build Windows 11, you'll see more and more cloud enlightened features coming to life. Now, only Microsoft can give you this seamless, effortless, secure computing experience when Windows itself is powered by the cloud and centered around you. Over the last 2 years, we've seen that the organizations that are thriving most were those that have embraced digital transformation. Those organizations, like Dr. Bray, who recognize that changing the way you do things from the past can help you move forward in ways you never imagined. Now, we can't always predict what's coming, but we can ensure that Windows stays at the forefront of technology and experiences, from cloud to intelligent devices. Empowering your businesses to embrace whatever comes next, Windows 11 is ready to take us all into the next era of hybrid work. And that comes with all of the features you saw today. There isn't a better time to move from Windows 10 to Windows 11 than right now. And to tell you more about our vision, please welcome Satya Nadella.
Thanks, Panos. 6 months ago, we launched the next generation of Windows. With Windows 11, we introduced the biggest update to our operating system in a decade, reimagining everything from the platform to how we approach security. And with Windows 365, we created a complete new category, the cloud PC, bringing the operating system to the cloud for the first time so you can stream the full Windows experience to any device. You can think of it as a Windows computer with Azure computing. In the months since, we've been inspired by what all of you have been able to do with Windows. In brand new ways, people are turning to Windows to exercise their agency and unleash their creativity, whether it's meeting in virtual reality or in hybrid conference room, writing code or collaborating on documents, or for graphic design with Photoshop and engineering design with CAD. And organizations of every size in every industry are using Windows to become more agile and resilient. From the smallest of businesses to the largest of enterprises, keeping frontline and knowledge workers connected. And from banks meeting strict regulatory requirements to public sector agencies operating in some of the most remote areas in the world. And we know this is just the beginning. As you have seen today, we're taking the next step in our journey, introducing new capabilities to help every business become more productive and secure using the power of Windows and the cloud. The boundaries between your PC and the cloud are fading away. We're removing limits to your devices and the limits on how and where you work. Our ambition with everything we showed you today is for an operating system to adapt to you, the person, the job, the device at hand, never the other way around. This is so critical, especially in the new world of work. Windows is expressly designed for hybrid work. From how we're introducing new seamless integrations between the desktop and cloud PC, providing organizations with a secure way to empower their workforce to be productive and connected from anywhere, to how we're making it easier than ever for IT teams to manage, support, and secure their endpoints and stay ahead of threats. And even how we're applying AI across the OS to help you be more productive, and so much more. In the months ahead, we will continue to innovate, to expand the possibilities of what Windows can do, and more importantly, what all of you are able to do with Windows. Thank you all so very much.
The keynote has concluded. Please refresh your page and scroll down to watch the breakouts. Thank you for watching.
Oke, terima kasih ya bagi sudah menonton. Terima kasih kepada Windows dan Microsoft kepada Microsoft yang sudah memberikan manfaat, memberikan tanggapan tentang Windows apa judulnya tadi, Windows Mendukung Masa Depan Pekerjaan Hibrida ya, dan juga memberikan fitur-fitur baru juga di Windows 11 ini. Oke, untuk fitur baru Windows 11 itu versi 22H2 ya. Ya, itu kapan ya diupdate nanti? Nah, kita belum tahu. Microsoft belum tahu kapan update-nya. Oke, jadi silakan kalian. Di website ini, websitenya di www.microsoft.com/windows/business/event. Ini ada tiga sesi breakout yang berfokus pada tantangan yang Anda hadapi. Nah, silakan diulangi lagi pada ketiga video tersebut ya, di website microsoft.com/n-windows/business/event. Oke, kalau gitu terima kasih sudah menonton live ini. Jangan lupa like, comment, dan subscribe channel ini ya guys. Oke, sekian, terima kasih, sampai jumpa, dah.